SAT is, like it or not, it's one of the main parts of the application that they do look at. Well, I ended up at a 1450, which I jumped at least 100 points just in the English section alone. And I think that was one of the main reasons, learning those little rules, that I was able to improve my score. I think it was helpful in the math section, some of the things, when you understand, the different techniques, it gets a lot easier. It definitely made me feel better taking it. It improved my score. It just all around was super helpful. To me, it's kind of like swimming. I used to take swimming lessons for junior lifeguards, and I never wanted to swim the right way. I'd always just like muscle my way through. I was like, I'm strong enough. I can gut it out. So why learn the technique? Because I can do it. And that works to an extent. You can get so far doing that, but to get that last little bit, you have to have the right technique. To shave off those last few seconds on a lap, or to get those, extra 20, 30 points on the test, you have to use the technique. But it gets so much easier. I was surprised at how much easier it got once I understood the test. Brown University, I'm very excited.
All right.
I mean, you and Alex work very well together, and I appreciated that, that you guys seem to have like a meeting of the minds. And he's a really driven kid. And I mean, unfortunately, things are just so competitive right now. And I hate that it all, rests on things like scores, but I mean, I guess there has to be some objective measure of how they're able to choose their students, for their university. Mm-hmm. So having you come, I mean, it definitely took the pressure off, I think, of Alex trying to go it alone. And someone who could, give him those tips and tricks and, show that it's a manageable test and that it is a formula and there are rules to follow. And if you kind of stay the course, you really can look at it as something that's achievable. So, I mean, I was glad to do it. And, he really was striving for like the top of the top. So he wasn't going to take anything less than that. He was like Ivy or bust kind of. So, we were really looking at his SAT score as like having to be very, very high. But
I think, advice for parents, coming from a kid's perspective, I think it's really easy to like sit your kid down, buy him an SAT book with a bunch of SATs, or sit in front of the computer where they have like College Board or Khan Academy stuff, and just say like, look, do your problems. And I think that's a little overwhelming. I think it makes it so much easier when you have somebody there, guiding you through it, because it feels really daunting to look at it from a student's perspective. I think having you in particular be there, it just made the test feel so much more manageable. It kind of took a load off. It's like one of those paintings where you paint it square by square. Having you there to help me learn how to do it, to help me paint each square, I was really able to paint this full picture and not feel super overwhelmed.
No,
I don't think I would have been able to get through it and feel, there were times where I was really overwhelmed by it, but I don't think I would have been able to get through it as pain-free, thanks to you.
Like you said,
the SAT was something I kind of like dreaded. Like I was like, oh, it's coming. Mm-hmm. I have to, like as if I didn't already, especially because I was taking all these AP classes and doing this club stuff where it's like.
And then adding the SAT stuff, it's like having another class, it's like another,
Yeah. So, yeah. But that would have been, I think I would have been, I can't imagine how much worse I would have felt had I had to go at that alone. Having you there, having you coach me through it, having, tangible progress, being able to see that tangible progress, especially with you there coaching me through it, was just so nice to have.